and welcome again to the Sam's 10-minute Tuesdays. This is episode number 7, and it's really the summary of the first 3, as far as really how to go far, how to accomplish your goals by using those three strategies. Joe Temple and I are so excited that you're joining us today. He and I started this whole podcast program because sales is an activity game, and introductions, which is what he specializes in, really makes it easy to win that game every day. Joe, thanks again for joining us. Would you like to do a quick summary for everyone that's listening today?
Sure, but before I summarize, I want to tell a story a little bit. It's actually an African proverb. And the old saying is that if you want to go fast, you go on your own. If you want to go far, you go with a team. And the FAR that we are talking about, freedom, accountability, and responsibility. Those 3 components all add up to discipline is the key to long-range success in this business. Anyone can get lucky on a particular day and write a huge premium. Anyone can get lucky, have a client out of the blue turn around and win, the lottery and have you manage a bunch of money. But to consistently succeed, you have to use your freedom, because you are free to make your choices, pick up the phone or not, work hard or not. And there are outcomes from your choices of freedom. Your accountability to yourself, to your clients, to your partners, to the other members of your planning team, and ultimately the responsibility that we have to do the right thing day in, day out, client in, client out, for those that we serve. Those 3 components of FAR ultimately will determine the level of your success. And SAM integrates with that by allowing you the freedom of your choices, the accountability by reflecting what the numbers truly are, and the responsibility to improve and decide around what the results are showing.
Yeah, I could agree with you more. And you're right about that. If I was talking about last time with discipline, without discipline, you're going to have regret. And these are 3 key things to instill that discipline, and ultimately to establish those habits that are necessary to not just succeed, but to keep on succeeding. To your point too about sometimes sometimes people can get lucky to sell one big policy, and they think that they can take the foot off the gas and they're the big great heroes. But there's a difference between succeeding and maintaining success. And I think this is a great acronym, for people to remember. If you want to go far, you really have to, embrace that freedom that taking control of your own activities gives you ultimately, and the freedom of choice that they have, because they can lay low and take it easy, or get in the game and not use COVID as an excuse. Are they involved? Are they committed? Of course, remember that old not a proverb, an old joke about what's the difference between ham and eggs, right?
Yep.
The chicken was involved, but the pig was committed. Are they committed? And hopefully they'll be doing that with their activities, taking accountability for their actions, and taking personal responsibility for the results.
And we talked about the discipline and the components on it, and it comes down to, what are your choices each day? I was working with a group of young reps for one of the big companies, and I basically told them the single biggest determinant of your success is when you get to the office. If you are in the office having a meeting every single day at 7 a.m., guess what? You're going to succeed, because, I'm in the office, I might as well pick up the phone. I might as well, see more clients. I'm here. If you make that commitment that your freedom gives you, that you're not going to roll in, at the crack of noon and goof around and all that. If you can control and earn your freedom, then you can do things. You can do the things that your friends don't want to, or can't ultimately, because you're doing the things that they don't want to. Having that accountability to yourself and to your group of, I'm going to start my day every single day at 7 a.m., whether I have a meeting or not. I'm going to strive to have a 7 a.m. meeting, but even if I don't have an appointment scheduled at 7 a.m. because the client rescheduled or wasn't able to fill it as much as I tried, but I'm still here working at 7 a.m. You're building those habits that carry forward across the other areas. And so you have the freedom to say, no, I'm not going to start till 8, 9, 10, but there's going to be consequences of that.
Yeah. At the beginning of this whole COVID stuff, I wrote the 10 commandments of working remotely. And that part of that was the discipline. And it's to have a regular program every day, get there on time, be dressed to work. Now, there are a lot of people that work in their pajamas. I can't do it. Maybe other people can. God love them. I certainly can.
Yeah, I mean, look at us. We're in ties, and we're in ties for a reason, because it's part of the uniform. I put on the tie, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to think about finance. I'm ready to talk about finance. I'm ready to help clients. If I put on, a t-shirt, guess what? It's very difficult to make that mental switch. Right? I'm in a perfect mood to be able to drink beer or watch Yankees game or, do other stuff, but I'm not in work mode. Like when I put on my black belt, I'm in, martial arts mode. There is no screwing around when that black belt goes on. I'm still Joe. I still have my goofy personality and everything, but I'm not going to be messing around because the downside, the danger is too great. I put on my tie, I'm in work mode. And so dressing the part is one of those 10 necessary components, as you said, for working remotely. Now, you didn't mention putting on pants, though.
Well, that goes without saying, but I saw some great pictures like that, guys in boxer shorts. No, I'm good. Here we go. I'm all suited up.
It's like the old days of mullet, business in the front, party in the back. The new mullet is, business on top, party down below.
Yeah. I heard newscasters have done that too, walking with shorts, put on a jacket. But bottom line is, that's why newscasters get all dressed up. Frankly, it looks better. It looks more professional. And if you want somebody to spend money with them or handle your money for you, generally speaking, the better you dress for success, like the book says. And speaking of which, I'd like to point out that just as important to do that as it is to have the right work environment, have the right things set around your office so that it inspires you. I happen to be a big lover of freedom. That's why I have Lincoln over here behind me to remind me of the freedom that he helped really instill and save for this country. And I'm a big Lincoln fan. I got Lincoln stuff all over the place. On the American flag, it reminds me that this whole country is built on freedom and responsibility, and holding yourself accountable. And on that note, I'd like to close with. I'm sorry, I want to mention one thing for the close, but I know you wanted to say something. So, any last minute thoughts?
In my office, I have some of my designations, and I have some of my martial arts stuff, because I have the freedom to sleep in the morning, but I don't. I have accountability to my partners and to my students that I train, and ultimately the responsibility is mine to do the right thing for myself as a martial artist, for my family as a father, and for my clients as a financial advisor.
And here's a good affirmation that everybody could use. I'll be posting shortly. There's actually a bookmark in all of our planners for next year. It's called the Personal Responsibility Pledge. That I am responsible for my actions and accountable for the results, whatever they may be. But today, I pledge to growing my business, to serving others, and optimizing my time and activity. On that note, I'm glad everybody was able to join us today. Remember that sales is an activity game, and introductions help you win that game every day. Thanks again for joining us.